In your life, there has probably been a moment, maybe more than one, when someone said the wrong thing, did something they shouldn't have, or simply failed to meet your expectations. And you lost control, you exploded, you felt disappointed, felt a spark ignite inside, a fire you didn't know how to extinguish. And when the emotions subsided, realization came, it wasn't worth it. But by then it was already too late. You had lost your inner peace. You had already reacted. You had already fallen into the trap. Why do we allow this to happen again and again? Why do we let the words and actions of others pull us away from our center? Why does the external control the internal? In this video, I will not give you a magical formula. But I will share with you a key, a powerful truth, which, if you bring it into your life, can change everything. Because there is a way to live so that no one and nothing has the right to snatch you away from your inner calm. Not because you stop feeling, but because you learn not to react. Not because you become indifferent, but because you gain true self-mastery. Today, we will explore the path of Stoicism, not as an ancient theory, but as a practical tool for modern life. Because you can live without being consumed by what you cannot control. Yes, the world will remain as it is, but it will no longer be able to steal you. Stay until the end of this video, because today you will hear something no one has ever told you before, how to make your inner peace independent of others. And now I want you to do one very simple but powerful thing. Write this phrase in the comments: I choose to reclaim my inner strength, and I will never give it away to anyone again. This is not just interaction, this is an act for you. Because when you write this, you are sitting firmly in the seat of your awareness. You are programming yourself from this moment on. This phrase, repeated and affirmed, will remain in your awareness. And when the right moment comes, it will serve as your anchor so that you never again doubt yourself. Writing this sentence is not just a gesture, it is a way of reaffirming your commitment to yourself. So, let's begin. First, admit this: other people act according to their nature, not yours. Expecting everyone to think, feel, and react the way you do, that is the cause of much disappointment. Every person is shaped by their own history, wounds, beliefs, and very limited understanding of the world. You cannot demand wisdom from someone who has never worked on themselves. You cannot expect silence from someone who lives in noise. That is an illusion. It is a mistake to believe that others must act according to your standards. In reality, everyone acts from their own level of awareness. And once you truly understand this, you will stop taking personally what is not personal at all. You will free yourself from the burden of expecting fair, respectful, or rational responses from those who have not yet learned to give them. Frustration arises when we want the world to work by our rules. But liberation comes when we accept that it never will. Your peace cannot depend on what someone else says or does. If someone acts out of ignorance, show compassion. If they act aggressively, keep your distance. But under no circumstances should you react blindly. The wise one observes, understands, but does not carry what does not belong to them. And when you begin to live from this deep understanding, you step out of struggle, and finally, you begin to flow with life. Strength is not about controlling others. True strength is about stopping the demand that others must change so that you can be calm. That is true freedom, to act from your own nature, not as a reaction to others. Second, Make self-mastery your greatest power. Anger is a fire that consumes you from the inside. But only you decide whether to fuel it or to extinguish it. It is an instinctive, primitive reaction to act without thinking. But here lies the dividing line between a weak and a strong mind. The weak one gives in to anger. The strong one rules over it. The next time something goes wrong, when someone says something hurtful or acts unjustly, stop. Ask yourself, is this a challenge to my character, or just an external irritant? In that short pause lies your true power. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about transforming anger into wisdom. The Stoics considered self-control the highest form of strength. Seneca said, "The greatest power is the power over oneself." And this is not just words, it is a daily practice. Every time you choose calm over anger, you become stronger. Remember, if someone insulted you and you answered with aggression, you gave them your power. But if you remain calm, you show one thing: you alone decide what you feel and how you act. That is real strength. Picture a warrior on the battlefield. He is not strong because he loses control. His strength lies in his ability to think strategically in the midst of chaos. That is how you must be. Make self-mastery your shield. Do not let anyone else control your emotions. Every moment you stay calm in the face of provocation is another step on the Stoic path. This is the fire that transforms you into the unbreakable. Because the true victor is not the one who wins an argument, but the one who does not allow themselves to lose themselves. Before we continue, I'd appreciate it if you support this video with a like and share it with those who may need it. And to not miss new videos, subscribe and ring the bell. Third, lower your expectations of others. One of the most common reasons for anger is not what people do, but that they fail to meet your expectations. You get disappointed when someone does not thank you, does not act as you wanted, or was simply unfair. But here's the truth: no one is obligated to meet your expectations. Everyone sees the world through the prism of their own experiences, values, and beliefs. What for you is respect may mean something entirely different for someone else. Expecting others to think and act like you is a recipe for constant disappointment. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Each morning when you wake up, tell yourself, 'Today I will encounter ingratitude, treachery, arrogance, jealousy, and ignorance.'" He wasn't a pessimist, he simply had a deep awareness of human nature. The less you expect, the less you suffer. Accepting people as they are, without unrealistic expectations, frees you. It doesn't mean tolerating malice. It means seeing reality clearly and acting wisely. If someone breaks your trust, don't be surprised. If someone is unjust, don't lose yourself. Stay focused. Analyze. Decide. But don't sacrifice your peace. When you stop demanding that others conform to your vision, you gain priceless emotional freedom. Instead of reacting with bitterness, you accept life as it is, and direct your attention to the only thing you can truly control: your mind and your actions. Fourth, practice mercy toward provocation. In an unjust world, anger is a trap. And every time you fall into it, you show that someone else has power over you. If you react with rage, it means that person successfully manipulated you. But if you remain calm, even if it hurts, you are in full control of the situation. Imagine someone insults you, criticizes you, tries to throw you off balance. What are they seeking? An emotional reaction. They want to feel that they have won. But here's the key: don't play by their rules. Breathe, smile inwardly, and say to yourself, I will not fall into this trap. The Stoics considered mercy one of the strongest forms of strength. Epictetus said, if someone tries to hurt you, remember, they can only succeed if you accept the hurt yourself. If you are not drawn into the provocation, it was never a real threat. Mercy protects you. Picture a stone in the middle of a storm. The wind roars, the rain pours, chaos is all around, and yet the stone remains unmoved, bowing to no one, yet conquered by none. That is how you must be. Not because you are cold or indifferent, but because you understand that not everything is worth your energy. Every time someone tries to provoke you, ask yourself, do I need this? In most cases, the answer will be a firm no. Remember, your peace is a luxury only the wise can afford. Don't waste it on people or situations unworthy of it. Responding with mercy is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is proof that no one has power over your emotional state. So next time someone tries to get under your skin, simply smile, and walk on. Fifth. No reaction. No participation in someone else's game. Victory is yours. Fifth. Remember, every situation is a test of your character. Life is not trying to break you. It is training you. Every obstacle, every provocation, every moment of disappointment, is a test. A test of patience. A test of endurance. A test of self-mastery. A test of wisdom. But most people don't see this. They take problems as personal offenses. They react with anger, rage, or self-pity. They become victims of circumstances. The Stoics, however, saw every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Someone deceives you. You have two paths: explode emotionally and prove that someone else can control your state of mind, or see in that moment the training of your character. Your strength is not visible on calm days, but exactly when everything around you collapses, when you are criticized, hated, or provoked. That is when it shows what you are made of. Not when things are easy, but when they are hard. That's when it becomes clear: does your mind bend, or does it stand firm? Marcus Aurelius put it clearly: fire turns into flame what is thrown into it. What others see as an obstacle, for us becomes fuel. In other words, difficulties are not there to destroy you. They are there to make you stronger. So every time you face disappointment, ask yourself, how can I respond like a person of reason, a person of strength? Not with anger, not with panic, not with complaints, but with silence, composure, and inner control. Because true victory is not on the outside, it is within. Sixth. Learn to observe your emotions without being carried away by them. Every negative emotion, anger, sadness, frustration, fear, is not your enemy, but a signal waiting to be understood. When you react without pause, you become a slave to a fleeting impulse. But if you train your mind to stop and watch from above, like a silent witness, something powerful happens: you regain control. the emotion loses its power under the light of awareness. Instead of being swept away by the current, you choose whether to move forward, wait, or let go. Stoic philosophy does not seek to suffocate feelings. It places them under the guidance of reason. This is not about coldness, but about clarity, clarity that gives you space to choose your response rather than surrender to reaction. The inner gap between what you feel and what you decide to do, that is the place where true freedom emerges. This is where character is forged, where strength of spirit appears, unshaken in the face of chaos. You are not responsible for what arises inside you, but you are responsible for what you do with it. So when you succeed in observing without judgment, without excuses, without suppression, you become the master of yourself. In this mastery lies a calm that doesn't shout and doesn't prove anything. It simply stands firm, present, and at peace. 7th. Cultivate gratitude even in uncomfortable moments. It is easy to feel grateful when everything goes smoothly, the sun shines, relationships work, life flows. But the true test of your character comes when things do not go as planned, when you face discomfort, irritation, or even pain. It is in those very moments that gratitude becomes something that truly strengthens you. Gratitude is not only saying, "Thank you," for the good. It is a powerful tool that allows you to see courage within trials. Instead of getting angry or irritated over what you cannot control, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every challenge, every inconvenience is an opportunity to grow. Within every problem lies a lesson that makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Picture yourself stuck in endless traffic, or a colleague throws unfair criticism at you. Your first reaction might be anger, stress, or even despair. But Stoicism teaches, inconvenience is the perfect opportunity to practice calm, patience, and self-awareness. As Seneca said, the problem is not in hardships themselves, but in our reaction to them. That is what defines our peace. Instead of falling into anger, use such moments to cultivate virtues like patience, humility, and appreciation. Each time you face discomfort, ask, how can I come out of this stronger, wiser, and more grateful? By developing this mindset, you realize that while you cannot control circumstances, you can control how you respond. Gratitude not only brings peace. It transforms you into a person who sees in every obstacle a lesson and an opportunity. 8th. Imagine the insignificance of problems in the context of infinite time. Often, today's problems seem like mountains impossible to climb. Anger and disappointment cloud our vision, making difficulties appear enormous and overwhelming. But one of the strongest Stoic principles is the perspective of time. Imagine a situation that drains you, a disagreement with someone, a lost opportunity, or unfair criticism. It's easy to fall into the trap of the moment's intensity and forget that, in the big picture of life, this problem is just a small spark that will soon fade. Next time you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, will this matter in a year, in 5 years, in 10? Most likely, the answer will be no. Today's problems, which seem so important, are actually fleeting and small when seen in a broader perspective. Disagreements may feel destructive, but over time, we barely remember them. This mindful practice helps free you from the unnecessary burden of urgent problems and reminds you that life is full of challenges. Most of them do not deserve the energy and emotional tension we give them. What truly matters is how we respond to these moments. The perspective of time shapes our approach to suffering and teaches us to prioritize what has real value: our relationships, our health, our dreams. Small inconveniences lose their power when compared to life's essential values. 9th. Remember that calmness is a form of power. In a world where speed, noise, and impulsiveness have become the norm, calmness is a strong act of resistance. Many mistakenly believe that the person who shouts the loudest or reacts in anger controls the situation. But the Stoics teach otherwise. True power lies in calmness, not in noise. Calmness is not weakness, it is an expression of strength. When you maintain composure, do not let emotions take over, and refrain from impulsive reactions, you demonstrate true self-mastery, a skill few achieve. As Epictetus said, it is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. The one who remains calm in the storm gains an advantage: clarity of thought, precise reflection, and the ability to make wise decisions. Instead of instinctive emotional reactions, calmness allows deliberate, conscious action. It is easy to fall into the trap of emotional reaction, but that only deepens conflict. Calmness gives the opportunity to step back, assess the situation, and choose the best course of action. Additionally, maintaining calmness earns respect and admiration from others. Those who lose control create chaos, while calm people radiate energy that invites peace. Your calmness is your strength. In stressful situations, the ability to maintain it puts you in a position of mastery, beyond impulsive reactions. 10th. Do not be angry at your own rational game. Anger is an automatic reaction, but you do not have to be its slave. Imagine being able to face any provocation without losing self-mastery and calmness. This is not fantasy, it is a skill that can be developed. The key is to treat emotional control as a rational game, a challenge that forces you to remain in inner calm even when provoked. Ask yourself, how long can I remain independent in any situation? Instead of automatic reactions, every difficult situation becomes an opportunity to practice calm. Each time someone criticizes, interrupts, or disappoints you, see it as a test of your inner strength. Your goal is not to suppress anger, but to refuse to let it control you. The first step is to realize that anger is a choice, not an obligation. When someone hurts you, you have two paths: react impulsively or pause, take a deep breath, and choose not to give in to provocation. Over time, your mind will recognize triggers, and you will become less sensitive to them. This rational practice gives you power over your emotions. The more you train, the less anger governs your life. Do not suppress anger, learn to refuse letting it control you. Your inner harmony is your greatest achievement. 11th. Be mindful of the speed of life. One of the central principles of Stoicism is awareness of life's pace. Every day that passes is a day that will never return. Every minute spent on anger or negativity is a lost fragment of your essence. Imagine your life as a film of limited length. Every minute of anger is a missed scene you can never retrieve. Time stops for no one. Every second is a gift to be used fully. Ask yourself, is it worth spending my life on details that ultimately do not matter? Awareness of this helps release tension and allows you to live a fully conscious life. 12th. Use every emotion as an opportunity to grow stronger. Do not avoid your feelings. Every emotion, even the most intense or painful, carries a lesson and an opportunity for growth. Anger points to your boundaries, sadness reveals attachments, fear shows uncertainty. You are not broken because you feel emotions. You are being invited to look deeper. Life does not take your peace to destroy you, but to teach you. This is the moment when philosophy becomes flesh. If you use emotions as a mirror, you will discover what needs to be understood, strengthened, or released. This is where the real work begins, transforming reaction into awareness, turbulence into clarity. The Stoic does not suppress feelings. He transforms them. Every emotion is the beginning of a path toward greater wisdom, if you have the courage to face it and examine it honestly. Do not blame yourself for feeling, use it. If an emotion stirs you, it means you have a power within you that has not yet been awakened. Discomfort is not punishment, but a signal that you can rise higher, choose noble responsibility, and act more consciously. Each time you do this, you become firmer, clearer, and more in control. This is the alchemy of character, taking what threatens to knock you down and using it for inner growth. If you have reached this point, write in the comments which of these lessons you will start applying today, or simply write, "The right change begins within me. I am Stoic." This way, I can see who has embraced this valuable lesson. I eagerly await your stories. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so YouTube knows that these videos genuinely help people like you. This will allow us to continue creating similar content in the future. I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time and support. I wish you success, and I will see you in the next videos, dear viewers. Remember, your power lies in what you choose within, not in what happens outside.